Loud, and I'm really excited to introduce the first ever episode of the Loud Family Podcast.
Which we've named Listen Out Loud.
Patent pending.
Patent pending. Pod. It's gonna be so rockin'. And informative. And podcasty. Is that a word? And you better listen to it.
What Lola means is we hope you'll listen to it.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay, guys, let's not get off track here. So, listeners, let me tell you what the Listen Out Loud podcast is all about. Oh, Lily, don't play with the mic. Here, why don't you play with this rattle? On second thought, why don't you play with your blankie? Your very silent blankie. Okay, where were we?
In your room, Lincoln. Duh.
Thank you, Lenny. I know. I was telling you about the podcast. Every episode, all of us will be hanging out with all of you, talking about the things we love the most, like what's new in the world of comic books, our favorite sci-fi movies, and you guys!
Who croaked and left you, Boss Lincoln? I'm sure the audience doesn't want to hear about all that boring junk. They'd much rather hear about something exciting, like how I fed a fresh mouse to El Diablo today.
Ew, Lana, gross.
Better not have been one of my test subjects.
Why don't we talk about something everyone can relate to, like vampires?
Too creepy. I say we talk about fashion. Everyone can use a little help with their personal style. Not me. I rock these overalls every day, and I don't hear any complaints. Ugh, that's because you have wax in your ears. Wrong. That's my backup ABC gum. See? Ew!
Siblings, while I'll allow that your suggestions have a certain naive charm, I propose we use this forum to discuss something of importance, such as the latest strides in genome mapping.
Ooh, okay. I like talking about Geo.
I said genome.
When did we rename him?
Excuse me, as the oldest, I think I should decide what this podcast is about. And I say it's love, dating, and relationships. The only things that really matter in life. Now, let's take a call, shall we?
First of all, we're not doing that. Secondly, that's Lily's toy phone.
Oh, whatever.
We should make this a sports podcast. That's how you get butts in the seats. Forget that, dude. You want to reach the masses? You need to talk rock and roll. So predictable. We should talk about comedy. Right. I'm predictable. I think all of your ideas stink. What the people really want to hear about is princesses. Lame. You're lame.
Would you guys stop? You're literally being so immature right now.
Lori's right.
Why don't you kiss up to Lori some more, Lincoln?
I'm not kissing up to her. I'm just trying to make this podcast work, okay?
Why bother? With this family, it's a lost cause.
Totes.
Maybe we should just forget about doing a podcast.
Fine by me. Me too. Life is very short, and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friends. Too much stress is really bad for my skin. I gotta take a leak anyway.
Guys, come on! What are you doing? Well, I guess Listen Out Loud is officially canceled. Wish I hadn't spent that $30 applying for a patent.
Good. They're all gone. Now I get to do my comedy podcast. You know, I once worked in an orange juice factory, but I got canned. I couldn't concentrate. I'm very good friends with 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. Get it? Dudes, Luann's doing her own podcast. Oh, what? Not fair. She better not be talking about princesses, because that's my thing.
Listen, if anyone should get to do their own show, it's me.
Guys, I think we just found the answer to our problem. Maybe we all need to take turns hosting the podcast. That way, we'll each get a chance to talk about the things we really care about.
That's a very rational solution, Lincoln. You're like a young Immanuel Kant.
What's that, Lisa? I can't hear you. I'll have to turn up the volume manually. Ah, come on. Lincoln's plan works for me, dudes.
Great, so all we have to do now is figure out the order. I'll put the numbers 1 through 10 in this hat, and each of us will pull one out. Whoever gets number 1 will go first. Whoever gets number 2 will go second. Whoever gets 3...
We get it, Lincoln. We're not imbeciles.
Really, Lincoln? Lori, You'll explain it to me later, right?
Whoop! Lily, don't chew on the numbers! Okay, everyone, pick one. Hey, look at that! I got number 1!
What? It's a fix! Yeah, how convenient, Lincoln. Grab it!
You guys, quit it! I won fair and square! Man, you guys are like animals.
I consider that a compliment.
All right, just leave him alone. He gets to go first.
Thank you, Lori. Well, ta-ta, everyone out. It's time for me to do my podcast. Okay, Lily, you can stay here as long as you're quiet. Here we go. Hey listeners, it's me, Lincoln Loud, hosting the very first episode of Listen Out Loud. And today, I'm super psyched to talk to you about...
Kids, dinner!
What? Dang it. Well, listeners, I gotta run, or Lynn will eat my dinner.
Lincoln, do you want your roll?
Hands off! Be sure to tune in for the next episode of Listen Out Loud, patent pending. Lily, would you like to do the honors?
Bye-bye! Loud here, and today I'll be hosting my very first Listen Out Loud podcast. Needless to say, I'm majorly stoked. You can't see it, but I'm throwing up the goats. Rockin'! So, what I thought I'd do is give you guys a virtual tour of my little home studio here in my bedroom. And here to join me is my roadie, Chunk. Cause who knows my gear better than him, right, Chunsky?
Right as rain, love. I've been hauling it around long enough, haven't I? And I got the scars to prove it, like this beauty on me shin.
They can't see you.
Blimey. Well, it's kind of an angry purple, shaped a bit like Maggie Thatcher's head.
Chunk, cutting you off, dude.
Right. I'll save it for the rockumentary.
Anyway, this studio is where it all happens, people. The rock, the roll, and everything in between. Bugging out in my home studio, kicking out the jams, baby, go, go, go. Luna, you woke me up. Whoa, man, didn't see you there, dude. Why are you catching Z's in the middle of the day? Because you kept waking me up last night yelling, "Stage dive!" in your sleep. Oh, yeah, those were some rad dreams. Sorry about that, brah. So, check it out, I'm doing my podcast. Do you mind crashing somewhere else?
Hey, you're welcome to crash in me van, love.
Thanks, but I can just sleep in Lana's bed. Dude, that's where her snake likes to hide. Yeah, still better. Okay, peeps, back to the studio tour. So, this is my guitar, my main axe, my trusty Logan V80 shredder. This baby and I go way back. See, when I was 9, I went to my first Mick Swagger concert. That night changed my life. Well, Mick said it best.
It was a June night when she saw the light. Up until then, she didn't know what was right.
That's when I knew that rock and roll was my destiny. So for my 10th birthday, the Rents bought me this guitar. And the rest is rock history. And right here is my amp. It's a Starrett ES200.
Fondly known as the Toe Buster. 2 of my nails won't grow back on account of this beast.
Believe it or not, someone actually threw this baby out. I found it on the curb, brought it home, and Chunk helped me rewire it.
That's what I'll do.
With this rig, I can play any style I want. Blues, rock, funk, metal.
Turn that down!
Whoops, that's our neighbor. Sorry, Mr. Grouse, just doing a podcast.
I don't know what that means, and I don't care. And just keep it down. Rock and roll!
Okay, Chunk, let's not antagonize him. Sure thing, Mr. Grouse. You have a rockin' afternoon, dude.
I don't know what that means either.
Anyway, guitar was my first love, but the more I got into music, the more I started trying out different instruments. Over here, we've got my electronic keyboard. It's got lots of cool settings. Grand piano, organ, vibraphone, and space jam. Whoa.
Ooh, that one's me favourite.
Mine too. Every time I play it, Lincoln thinks aliens are invading and hides under his bed. Anyway, moving on. This is my bass. And these bad boys are my drums. Chunk cooked me up with these.
That's right, found them in a pawn shop, didn't I? Just needed a bit of paint, some new drum heads, and Bob's your uncle.
Before I got these, I had to use empty paint cans and tinfoil. But now, I sound like a pro, people. Check it out.
Loud for the love of Pete!
Whoops. Sorry, Mr. Krause. Just got a little carried away.
I can't wait till you're off to college.
He doesn't mean that. We get along great.
Wait, love. Didn't we soundproof your room a little while back?
Yeah, we put up all those egg cartons on the walls, but Luann was making so many puns. I couldn't deal, dude.
That's right. I had to scramble to come up with them. I almost cracked. But then you took the cartons down and it was over easy.
Blimey, I see what you mean.
Uh-huh. Anyway, moving on. Here's one of my go-to instruments. My acoustic guitar. Wanna keep it mellow and not wake Mr. Krause. I pick up this guitar and it still rocks the house.
I dropped that little guitar you got when I wasn't wearing shoes. I was lucky 'cause it's so darn light it didn't leave a bruise.
Oh, what is that? Sweet jam! Need some accompaniment on the old cowbell? Huh? Little this? There it is.
Hey, Popstar. Maybe we can jam later. Chunk and I are in the middle of doing a podcast.
I have no idea what that is, but it sounds pretty cool. Hello, Chunk. Good to see you, mate.
Likewise, Mr. L.
Hey, everyone. This is my dad. He's a musician, too, so that's probably where I get my music genes from.
Aw, thanks, honey. Well, I'll get out of your hair.
Okay, later.
Oh, one more thing. Maybe you want to tell your listeners about my band, Chef Lynn and the Concoctions. We're really starting to catch fire on the 40th birthday party circuit.
I got a better idea, dude. Maybe you could host a podcast sometime and tell them yourself.
Whoa, now you're talking. I have to go prepare.
Okay, so where were we? Oh, yeah, I know. There's a lot of instruments people don't know I play. Some more out there kind of stuff. Like, the sitar. And the kalimba. And the vuvuzela. And, of course, my trusty gong.
I got it!
I don't think Mr. Grouse digs world music.
That's it! I'm calling the cops, Loud!
Wait! Mr. Grouse!
Wait, nothing! I've had enough! You want me to go deal with him, love?
Nah, dude. That'll just make things worse.
Hey there, Mr. Grouse.
Wait, what's my dad up to?
You know, it's funny. I was just whipping up a batch of the old lasagna, and I found myself with a whole extra tray.
Well, I wouldn't say no to that.
That's all yours, buddy. And tell you what, if we leave the cops out of this, I'll make sure Luna doesn't make too much of a racket.
If you're trying to bribe me, this better be sausage.
Thanks, Popstar. You rule.
All in the name of rock and roll, honey.
He's a good bloke, your dad, if a bit strange.
Well, Chunk, I think our time's just about up. It's been cool, y'all. Thanks so much for listening.
What do you say? Shall we play him out?
You know it, buddy. As long as we keep it acoustic.
Yep, good plan.
Gotta go, 'cause it's getting late. Keep on rocking in the 248. Yeah! it's me, Lola Loud. It's my turn to do an episode of Listen Out Loud, the Loud Family Podcast. Don't worry, there won't be any of that lame junk that my brother and sisters talked about in their episodes. On my show, you're gonna get what you've been waiting for, the inside scoop on what really goes on at the Loud House. Welcome to the Lowdown with Lola. First, I better lock my door, just in case. Okay, dear listeners, let's get to the good stuff. Last Tuesday, somebody let one rip in Vanzilla, almost causing Dad to run into a tree. I don't want to name any names, but here's a hint. She's the oldest Loud sibling. Still in a fog? It's Lori. She said it was her shoe, like she always does, but nobody was buying that for a second. Moving on. Item number 2. Somebody in the Loud House has been interrupting everybody's shut-eye with her unbearable snoring. Far be it from me to rat out the culprit, but her name starts with an L and ends with an Isa. In case you can't spell, that's Lisa. Ooh, that sound means we have a hot one coming up. Get a load of this. My sources tell me.
Lola, let me in! I got 4 fresh flies for Izzy!
Too bad. You can feed her later.
It'll only take a second. What are you doing in there?
I'm hosting an afternoon tea party, and my guests and I do not care for interruptions.
Lola, just open the door!
Incoming football!
Lana, why are you standing outside your door? Lola won't let me in because of some dumb tea party.
That's weird. I heard her tell Mom not to bother her because she was applying one of her 10-minute masks.
What? Like I can't do both at the same time?
She told me she was practicing a speech for one of her pageants.
Lucy, could you please not sneak up on us like that?
Sigh. It's just how I move through the universe.
Lola's definitely up to something.
Open the door!
Go away! I'm busy! Pay them no mind, dear listeners. Now, getting back to that sizzling gossip I promised. Here at the Loud House, someone clogged the toilet a record 11 times in the last week. This is strictly between you, me, and the lamppost, but the culprit is a certain sports-playing, sub-eating... Oh, let's just say it. It's Lynn.
Did I just hear her say my name?
What's going on?
Lola's up to something. She's locked herself in our room.
Oh, that's because it's her turn to do the podcast today. So, there you go. Mystery solved.
Thank you, Lincoln. Now, can you all please leave? I am on the air!
Wait a minute. Okay, fine, you're doing your podcast. But why did you lie about it before?
Well,
You guys! Bobby just texted. He's streaming the podcast on his phone. You literally won't believe what Lola is saying about us. I did not fart in Vanzilla! It was my shoe! You better tell everyone that!
Nice try, Lori, but my listeners can sniff out the truth.
Gosh, what else is she saying about us? Did she tell everyone that I accidentally stepped on Lincoln's model spaceship, then threw out the pieces in Mr. Grouse's trash so we would never find them?
Wait, you're the one who took my ship?
Darn it, Lola! You did tell everyone!
Lenny, you just told everyone.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying. I think.
Okay, you guys, I've pulled up the podcast on my phone. We can listen in too.
Welcome, new listeners. Now, where were we? Oh, here's a beaut. At breakfast yesterday, the Loud House's resident jokester laughed so hard at her own lame joke that she snorted milk out of her nose, spraying it on everyone's cereal. Ugh, yuck!
Can I help it if I know how to milk a joke? But seriously, let us in, Lola.
You better stop gossiping about us or you are in serious trouble.
It's my podcast, and I can talk about what I want. Those were the rules. Now, what else do I have for you, dearies? Ooh, ding, 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 ding. Here's a humdinger. Which Loud sister was recently seen talking in the mirror, pretending to give her acceptance speech to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Dude, that's my private biz!
Well, you just had it confirmed by the source.
Lori, give me your cuticle scissors.
Lenny, is now really the time to do your nails?
To pick the lock.
Oh, right.
Stay with me, dear listeners. I'm just gonna go barricade the door to, keep the riffraff out. That should hold them. Now, back to business. Guess which spooky sister used the last of Dad's fancy black pepper to make one of her potions? Still in the dark? It's Lucy.
Grr, I have ways of punishing you that extend beyond this realm.
I got the lock open!
Dang it, the barricade!
We're gonna have to bust through. On my count. 1, 2. Ha! You'll never get through. 3, charge! I stand corrected.
Somebody grab the mic!
I'm not going down without a fight. This spaced out loud sister brought a bar of soap to look at a meteor shower. If you guess Lenny... Stop it! You're hurting my arm! Got it! Get it back!
No way! Bobby, if you're listening, it really was the shoes, I swear!
Show's over, Lola. I hope it was fun while it lasted, because you're never doing another podcast.
That's for sure. That is not fair. Haven't you heard of freedom of the press? Hello? The people have a right to know the truth.
Oh, yeah? How would you like it if I told everyone about the time you stepped on Lincoln's model spaceship and then buried the pieces in Mr. Grouse's garbage can?
That was you, Lenny?
Oh, right. But my point is, gossip is really hurtful, so you are done.
But I don't want to stop doing the podcast. What if I promise not to gossip anymore?
No, Sale. Why would we ever trust you?
Yep. Sorry, brah. You're permanently cut off. You guys wait. Please let me tell my dear listeners just one more thing. Guess which Loud sister ate half the cookies Dad made for Kotaro's birthday party?
Lola, what did we just tell you?
Me! I ate them! And guess which sibling cheated during family board game night? This is strictly off the record, but it was me.
Lola, what are you doing?
I believe I understand. She's attempting to get back in our good graces by revealing salacious details about her own personal life.
What are you doing?
Sigh. She's trying to win our trust back by gossiping about herself.
Oh.
Here's another hot one. Which member of the Loud family had an allergic reaction to some glitter lotion, making her face swell up like a hideous balloon? Yep, me again.
Okay, Lola, you made your point. What do you say, guys? Should we trust her again?
I say we get her to reveal a few more things. This is getting good. Nah, it's cool. All's forgiven, Lols. Yay! Thanks, you guys. Well, dear listeners, this is officially the end of the Lowdown with Lola. But don't worry, I'll be back in a few weeks with a new, improved podcast. Stay tuned! I'm sorry, guys. Actually, it's a good thing you stopped me when you did, because I was about to tell the listeners about that time we ordered all those movies on demand, thinking they were free.
Lola, the mic's still on.
Oh no! I thought I turned it off!
Kids, you know we're listening to this, right?
Hello? 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 Lincoln, how do you turn this thing on?
Lenny, it is on. That's what that red light is.
Oh, great. How do I look?
Lenny, it's a podcast. No one can see you.
Then why did I spend $70 on a new outfit? Oh well, never mind. Hey guys, this is Lenny Loud, and it's my turn to host the Listen Out Loud podcast. Today, I'm going to give you a tour of my favorite place in the world, the Royal Woods Mall. Those aren't real fireworks. They're sound effects, brought to you by my brother Lincoln, who's my little helper on this podcast.
More of a producer, really.
So this mall is basically where I spend like 90% of my life. I buy all my clothes here, all my presents, all my scented candles, which I give as presents. So let's just walk around and I'll tell you about all the amazing stuff at the Royal Woods Mall. So we'll start at the nail salon. I once saw Patchy Drizzle getting a mani-pedi in here. He's our local weatherman and a huge celebrity. But real talk, his toenails were super flaky. Probably because he's always wearing mandals. Wait, what was I talking about?
The nail salon.
I don't think anyone wants to hear about that, Lincoln. Let's move on. This is my favorite shoe store. My friends and I buy tons of shoes here. They're usually marked down 50% unless they have a purple sticker, which means they're half off.
Wait, what's the difference?
Oh, there's the owner. Hey, Mr. Sherman.
Hello, Lenny. We just got a shipment of those floral clogs you like. I'll save you a pair.
Great. Daffodil, please. So this is the pet store. This is where my family buys toys and food for Lana.
And our pets.
Oh, yeah, them too.
Aw, look at that cute puppy in the window.
I'm sorry, Lincoln, I can't. If I make eye contact, I'll want to adopt him. Let's keep moving. Oh, hey, Ernie.
Hiya, Lenny.
Everyone, this is Ernie, one of the fantastic mall cops here at Royal Woods Mall.
What was that? A firecracker? I'm gonna need backup.
No, sir. It's okay. Those were just my incredibly real sound effects. Lincoln Loud, producer.
Oh, cancel that backup.
We'll see you later, Ernie. Good luck with that blind date on Friday.
Thanks, kid. I'm gonna wear that sweater you picked out for me.
Now this is the Froyo place. My friends and I hang out here a lot. Their yogurt is delicious and they have amazing toppings. My friend Erica is obsessed with the guy who works the cash register. Before that, she was obsessed with the mall train conductor. Then before that, it was a guy who turned out to be a mannequin. Wait, what was I talking about?
The Froyo store. Oh, speaking of which, maybe we should stop in there and grab a snack. I could use a little break.
Lincoln, we just started. We have a lot of ground to cover. Here's the music store, perfect for Luna's presents. This is the princess store, great for Lola presents. Here's the health food store, great for buying Lori her low-cal bean chips.
And here's the arcade, which I'm sure the listeners will want to know more about. Should we stop in and try out a few games?
Not now, Lincoln. We're about to go to the most important stop on our tour.
But as your producer, I think...
So this is our big department store. It's what we mall experts call an anchor store. But I've never seen an anchor in here. Let's go in, shall we? Chet's on piano today. Hi, Chet.
There she is. This one goes out to you, Lenny.
Don't you just feel better about life the moment you walk in here?
I'd feel better if I were blasting aliens with a laser cannon.
Lincoln, you're killing the mood. This is the makeup section. They have lots of product testers, which come in really handy if you have an emergency. Like if one eye looks bigger than the other.
Hello, Lenny Loud!
Morris!
Oh, you look fabulous, as always.
So do you. Everyone, this is my friend Morris. He's a salesperson and the store's best stylist.
Everyone, are we on TV? What's happening? Should I call my agent?
No, we're doing a live podcast. This is my brother,
Lincoln Loud, producer.
Well, hello, Lincoln. So what's our podcast about?
I'm giving the listeners a tour of the Royal Woods Mall.
Oh, a high-tech production. Well, listeners, you couldn't have a better tour guide. This girl is a fashion powerhouse.
Oh, please, Morris. You're the fashion genius.
Well, I don't know about genius. Okay, genius, why not? Wait, but speaking of fashion, Lincoln, we need to talk. Please pick up the blue courtesy phone.
Excuse me?
You're adorable, but this look you're rocking, the orange polo, the jeans, the sneakers, the 1950s just called, you're late for your Salisbury steak dinner.
I have no idea what you just said.
Sweetie, we need to do you.
What? No, I'm fine.
Lincoln, getting Morris to give you a makeover is like an unbelievable honor.
Our young gents section is right over there.
But
what about this cute top?
Top? I usually wear shirts.
Let's just put it on you.
Watch the mic.
It's a start. How about a nice unstructured blazer over that?
Just try it, Lincoln.
What's missing?
My dignity.
A hat! A straw pork pie would be cute. There! And last but not least, we need a new scent for you.
What's wrong with my old scent?
That was more of a smell. Try this.
Lincoln, you look amazing!
Ugh, I'm just glad this is a podcast so no one can see me.
Yo, Loud!
Oh, no. Hey, Todd. Hey, Richie.
Didn't know you were such a fashion plate, Loud.
I'm not. This is just...
Hilarious? Couldn't agree more. Let me just get a few pics so I can share with everyone at school. Later, handsome. Oh, also, love the new smell.
It's called a scent. Okay, well, my life is over.
Oh, they're just jealous of your sizzling new look.
Trust me, they're not. Here, Morris, please take your clothes back before anyone else I know sees me. Lenny, can we just go home now?
I'm sorry, Lincoln. I didn't mean to embarrass you. We can go. After we do one more thing. Come on!
We're going to the Froyo place?
Yep, my treat.
All right, so the total for the two Froyos comes to $8.50.
Thanks, Lenny. This is delicious. Though know, I got so excited about the toppings, I forgot to put yogurt in here.
You're welcome. And now we're stopping in here.
The arcade?
Yep, 1 hour of games on me. It's to thank you for being my helper. Producer. And for being such a good sport.
Yes, you're the best, Lenny.
I don't know any other Lennys. Well, podcast listeners, thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Lenny Loud. And, oh no, I just made eye contact with the puppy. Gotta go! The Listen Out Loud podcast. I'm sure you're aware that around the Loud House, I'm known and feared as the master of pranking. Well, today, I'd like to pass on some of my knowledge to you, my loyal listeners. Welcome to Luann's Pranking 101. Let's start with some basic pranks. To demonstrate, I'm gonna need help from some unsuspecting victims. And by that I mean, of course, my siblings. Hey, Lincoln! Can you come in here?
Can't wait! I'm in the middle of a video game and haven't hit the save point yet.
But it's important. I, want to interview you about Ace Savvy for my podcast. That'll get him in here.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
You lose.
What Lincoln doesn't know is that sitting on top of my door is a bucket containing a slimy surprise.
Maybe I could start with Ace's new love interest. Oh, fish heads? Really, Luann?
That was nothing. It could have been worse. You're lucky I scaled it back. Now this prank is great because all you need is a bucket and a chump. Moving on, let's check out a prank I have set up in the bathroom. All we need now is to lure someone in there. Hey guys! I'm about to take a 40-minute shower. I got a lot of pie to clean out of my ears. If you gotta go, you better get in there before me. Move it! I got a tinkle. It's all yours, Lola. What Lola doesn't know is that I've taped a layer of plastic wrap over the toilet seat. Ah! My gown! Luann! I will end you! A word of advice. When you prank someone with a short fuse, you have to be prepared for retaliation. That's why I carry a nail gun. Did you just nail the door shut? It would appear that way. Moving on. Let's head downstairs.
Hey, Luann, have you seen my bucket of fish heads?
Sorry, Lana. Check with Lincoln and let me know if you find them. Here we are in the kitchen. A smart prankster will know that there's no shortage of prank opportunities in here. Now, we just need a mark. Observe. Dad, come quick!
What is it, honey? Did Lenny try to dry her hair in the microwave again?
No, I was just getting a snack from the fridge, and it looks like your souffle has fallen. That's bad, right? What Dad doesn't know is that I've set up a spring-loaded boxing glove in the fridge.
Hey, that was a good one, honey. You're grounded.
So worth it! Now that we've covered most of the basics, let's move on to the next level, the old double down. I just need to grab a couple of items from the kitchen. Hey, Lori, what are you up to?
Trig homework, and it's literally frying my brain.
Well, maybe you just need a snack. I brought you a bag of your favorite low-cal bean chips.
Wow, thanks, Luann. That's actually really thoughtful of you.
What Lori doesn't know is that I dumped hot chili powder on the chips and then resealed the bag.
Why is my mouth on fire? Luann, what did you do?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm terrible. Here's some water. What Lori doesn't know is that I just handed her a glass of pickle juice.
OMG! Is that pickle juice?
What's the big deal? I'm just gherking your chain.
Luann, you literally better get out of here!
Now, I know what you're thinking. Luann, how does it get any better than that?
Well, listen and learn as I show you how to do the old triple down. Hey, Lynn, how's your day going?
Bad. My dogs are itching like crazy. Must be my athlete's foot.
What Lynn doesn't know is that athlete's foot has nothing to do with it. Earlier today, I put itching powder in her tube socks.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. Hey, I got just the thing for you. Some anti-itch cream.
Oh, you saved my life. Thank you. I'm just gonna use it all, if that's okay.
Oh, by all means. What Lynn doesn't know is that I really just handed her industrial strength glue.
Hey, what the heck? My hands are stuck to my feet. What did you do?
Oh my gosh, I must have gotten my tubes mixed up. Maybe if you wash it off, it will dissolve. What Lynn doesn't know is that I set up a tripwire right outside her door. Side note, listeners, if you wanted to make this a quadruple down, you could put mouse traps on the stairs. Now, for our final lesson, it's important to know your mark. Not everyone is going to be as ridiculously easy to prank as Lynn.
I heard that.
For someone as smart as my sister Lisa, you have to think a few moves ahead. Allow me to demonstrate. Hey, Lise.
Greetings, fourth eldest sister. You may not want to linger in this area. I'm working with some pretty unstable elements.
Oh, wow, that sounds like hard work. Why don't you take a load off? Here, I happen to have a chair out in the hall. I'll just wheel it in.
Really, Luann? Our other siblings may be gullible rubes, but I will not fall for your immature tricks. Obviously, there's an inflated rubber sack, street name Whoopee Cushion, on that chair, which, when I sit down, will make me appear to be flatulent.
What? Would I prank my sweet little 4-year-old sister?
Spare me. I shall choose to sit in my own chair, thank you.
What Lisa doesn't know is that I knew she would sit in her own chair, so I strapped a jetpack to the back of it.
Oh, what's that rumbling? Perhaps I am a bit flatulent.
I'm headed straight for the diaper pail!
This is one fecal study I do not care to be a part of.
Ooh, that was a doozy!
Get out.
Well, that concludes the demonstration segment of today's show. Let's open up the lines for some calls from listeners. Ooh, we got one. You're on with Luann Loud. What's your question?
Hello, Luann. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller, and I was just wondering, how do you prank a prankster? Won't she always see it coming?
Great question. There's only one surefire way to prank a prankster. Create a distraction. As soon as their guard is down, you strike.
A distraction? Like a phone call?
Exactly.
What Luann didn't know is that her entire family was waiting on the other side of the door, pies in hand.
Literally in your face. Well played, family. I guess I got my just desserts.
Did I mention that my pie was made from Lily's dirty diapers?
Bye, listeners. I gotta run to the shower. Dang it! The door's nailed shut.
This is Lori Loud, and you are in luck because it's my turn to host the Listen Out Loud podcast. Oh, right. Joining me today, providing musical accompaniment and sound effects, is my sister, Luna.
Sup, dudes?
I am literally so excited because today I'm going to share with you, drumroll please. I said drumroll please.
Oops, sorry, brah.
The story of my first date with my beloved Bobby Boo Boo Bear.
Wait, seriously?
Yes, seriously. Listeners all over the world have been clamoring for the deets. And to help tell the story, please welcome a very special guest all the way from the bodega in the city, Bobby himself. Ooh, nice, Luna. That was cool. Hello, Boo Boo Bear. Are you on the line?
I'm here, babe. I'm still at work, but I'm so excited. Oops, I probably shouldn't try to stock cans while I'm on the phone.
So, before we get to the first date, I'm sure you guys want to know how Bobby and I met. Well, I definitely noticed him around town. It was hard not to. He had so many jobs. Pizza delivery boy, lifeguard, mall cop, cat photographer.
And don't forget door-to-door corn dog salesman.
Right, that. But it wasn't until I saw him cleaning shoes at the bowling alley that I noticed him.
If I remember right, there was a toe fungus epidemic that week.
Bobby, ew. Anyway, we got to talking, and just a few days later, he left brownies in my locker with a note asking me out on our very first date.
Yep. We went to Jean Juan's French Mex buffet.
Luna, please set the scene for us. A kazoo. Don't you have anything more romantic?
Just messing with you.
Ah, much better. The air was filled with the scent of jasmine, and the sky was littered with twinkling stars. Bobby held the door for me, and we glided to our table, never taking our eyes off of each other.
The waiter asked if we wanted sparkling water or flat, and we both said sparkling.
Mind meld.
I dipped chips in salsa and fed them to you.
Oh, so romantic. And I had you order for me, since I knew you would know exactly what I wanted. And you did. Best French onion nacho cheese soup I've ever had.
And then we took a spin on the dance floor. Not to brag, but we looked pretty good out there.
Oh, you don't have to be modest, Boo Boo Bear. The whole room was watching us.
Hold up.
Lynn, Luann, I'm literally in the middle of a podcast here.
Oh, we know. We were listening and had to interrupt because you guys are getting some of the details wrong about your date.
Really? Which ones?
All of them.
And how exactly would you know anything about our date?
Because we were at another table watching you.
What? You were spying on us?
Yeah, and you're lucky we were. Someone needs to tell the truth about that night.
Truth.
For starters, the night wasn't filled with twinkly stars and jasmine. It was pouring rain, and you guys ran in soaking wet.
Oh, and Bobby didn't open the door for you. He accidentally whacked you in the head with it.
Lori, your hair is soggier than Jean Juan's guacamole French toast.
Okay, Luna, we get it.
Dude, you asked me to do this.
And it's true you guys didn't take your eyes off of each other, but that made Lori bump into a waiter who spilled a tray of horchata lattes.
That totally did not happen.
Wait, I kind of remember that now.
Oh, and you didn't both pick sparkling water. Bobby said sparkling, but you said flat. Then Bobby said flat, and you said sparkling. This went on for like 5 minutes before the waiter just gave up and walked away.
And when Bobby fed you chips and salsa, he had a muscle spasm and jabbed you in the cheek with a chip.
Luna, second warning.
I remember that now. I was worried you were bleeding, but then I realized it was just salsa.
And you didn't ask Bobby to order for you. When the waiter asked you what you wanted, you were choking on some water and he couldn't understand what you were saying, so he just gave up and brought you soup.
And it's true everyone was watching you on the dance floor, but you two weren't dancing.
What are you talking about now?
You spilled your soup in Bobby's lap, and he screamed and jumped backwards and knocked into a dessert cart and spilled flan flambe everywhere. It was fantastic!
Then you went to help Bobby up and slipped in the flan and slid across the dance floor and crashed into the band.
That is exactly how it happened. It's all starting to come back to me now. The soggy hair, the salsa, the flan, everything.
I can't believe we got it all so wrong.
Me neither. But luckily we have my two sisters to remind us what fools we made of ourselves. I hope you guys are happy.
Whoa, hold on. We didn't tell you this story to embarrass you and the bee.
No, we only went to Jean Juan's that night because we wanted to make sure Bobby was good enough for our big sister. After all, he was a door-to-door corn dog salesman.
After watching you guys together, we realized that you were actually perfect for each other.
Yeah, you both care so much about making each other happy, and you don't let things get you down or take yourselves too seriously.
Plus, we could tell the only reason you guys were so klutzy was because you were nervous.
Which meant you must have really liked each other.
Wow, you guys, that's literally the sweetest... Thanks, you guys. Right, Bobby?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Boo-Boo Bear?
Oh, sorry, babe. I was just talking to Sergio. Dang bird just pooped in the cash register. But yeah, Luann and Lynn, Thanks.
Well, listeners, now you know the true story of my first date with Bobby.
So do we.
Join me for my next podcast, and I'll fill you in on the first time I cooked dinner for my boo-boo bear.
You mean the time you burned a microwave pizza, then ordered Indian instead, but Bobby got food poisoning?
Never mind! Luna, just play us out.
You got it, brah.
Really? The kazoo again?